Thank you for being with us this morning. Let's see who I need for with an interpreter this morning. Let's see. Good morning, everyone. Again, I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the Orca status conference calendar and the Orca show cause calendar. I think that all of these cases have been on a calendar previously. If you are a defendant in a case, let me just remind you that you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney present at these proceedings. We will have public defenders on the line. And if you would like to see if you qualify for their services, I'm happy to give you that opportunity this morning. If need be, Mr. Haddad, good morning. Can you let people know how they can qualify for your services if they seek those this morning?
Sure. Good morning. So basically what I'd like you to do is put your telephone number, best contact number, and the chat line along with an email address. That would be the way to do it. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Dodd. Ms. Riley, do you have good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Do you have a response to that question I asked Ms. McCutcheon? Is there going to be someone from your office here in person today?
No, not that I am aware of, Your Honor. No one will be in person.
So just know that we have a lot of people here in court. Some are represented, some are not. So we'll do the best we can to get offers or move those cases forward.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see. Let me begin with the Orca show cause calendar to see who's with us this morning. Position number 1, Tori Anderson. And if you're in the galley with me, can you stand up if I call your name? Are you Mr. Anderson?
Yes, sir.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Anderson. Let's see. Do you have a private attorney representing you in this matter?
I have
An attorney representing you?
no, sir.
Okay, would you like to seek the assistance of a public defender today?
That's the best idea.
Given the charge, I'd like to see if you qualify for their services, if you'll allow me to do that. So when I complete the calendar, we have PDs that are with us this morning, so they'll talk to you and see if you can qualify, okay? All right, we'll be with you. Thank you, sir. Position number 2, Jose Garcia. Do we know if Mr. Garcia is still incarcerated?
Judge, I have to verify that he's still there, but that was the reason the benchmark set aside initially. I haven't received any confirmation.
Okay. We'll confirm if Mr. Garcia is still in custody. If he is, the case will be reset to the show cause calendar on September 6th. I see that website. Position 3, DeMarcus Holiday. Mr. Holiday with us?
Your Honor, I have a note that he is being held at the Douglas County Jail on murder charges.
Thank you, Ms. Riley. We'll reset his case. Until that September 6th calendar also, show cause. Try that week. Sorry.
Thank you.
Position number 4, he is also in the hospital, it's my understanding. We're going to reset Mr. Richard Jenkins until that September 6th show cause calendar. The Orca status calendar, position number 1, Ernest Abernathy. I have that Ms. Kuhn has filed a conflict letter. As such, the case will be reset until the October 4th status calendar at 9 a.m.
Hi, Your Honor. My name is Jill Wheatley. I'm actually here on behalf of Mr. Abernathy and on behalf of Ms. Kuhn. I work for Height and Kuhn here. And yes, she did file the leave of absence. She was away, but I did want to let you know that we were present.
Okay, would you like, is Mr. Abernathy present this morning?
I didn't, I was just looking to see. I have not
Yes,
heard.
yes, he appears to be present.
Is he? I'm
Right.
looking to see. Oh, there he
Um,
is. Hi, hi there. Okay, okay. I'm glad that he's there. Mr. Abernathy, can you also call the office after this? I just want to speak to you for 1 minute afterwards. Okay. I think at this point, we don't have anything to report regardless, because I think we're at a little bit of a standstill. I think we've been made an offer. We've looked at it. The attorneys were out of town. I'm not sure that the offer is fitting at this time. So I just wanted you to know that we were fully engaged, but we probably don't have anything to offer right now, but everything is still moving forward.
Okay, given that, I'm gonna set you, Ms. Wheatley, on a trial calendar. I believe that trial calendar for me will be sometime in October or November. So we're going to further notice you to the next available trial calendar, which I believe will be in October. Okay.
Okay, that will be fine.
All right. Okay, if nothing further, Ms. Wheatley, do you have anything further on my calendar?
I do not, and Mr. Abernathy and I will go ahead and speak after this, and then we will reconvene with you in the fall.
Okay, very good. You all have a good day. Thank you, Mr. Abernathy.
And you, take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Position number 2, DeYancis Bailey.
Good morning, Judge Catrice Helen with the Public Defender's Office. That'll be my case. I believe Mr. Bailey was incarcerated and may be out of prison now. So I just want to check on the Zoom or in person if Mr. Bailey appeared.
Let's see, DeYancis Bailey. Doesn't appear so. Ms. Helen, do you have contact information for him?
I do, Judge. I will try to use that contact information. It is old. Again, it is the information prior to him being incarcerated, but I will try that information.
Okay, so I'll give you till the end of the calendar today to see if you can raise him. We'll check to see if he received proper notice, and if he did, then I'll take a motion from the state. So I'll hold for your announcement, Ms. Helen.
Thank you, Judge.
Position 3, Lysandra Beach.
Good morning, Judge. Frank Gates for Ms. Beach. Is she present on Zoom? I don't see her in the courtroom.
Lysandra Beach.
Can we hold that, Judge? Because I've been discussing, or at least emailing with her. So let me just, after the call with the calendar, I'll be able to announce where she is. And
Okay, I'll hold for your announcement.
thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Gaither. Thank you.
Good morning, Judge.
Position 4, Mujahid Biggins. Mujahid Biggins. It doesn't appear that Mr. Biggins is present. Is there a motion?
Sorry, Your Honor, I was on mute. Yes, the state would move for a bench warrant.
Bench warrant will be granted if Mr. Biggins does not appear by the end of the calendar.
Thank you.
Position 5, Trevon Billings.
Good morning, Judge. That's my case as well. Is Mr. Billings present in court? Let me hold that case too, Judge. I was speaking with Mr. Billings, so I have been talking to him about this case.
Okay.
So let me just hold his announcement to see where he is.
And let me just
He's
make sure.
positions 5, 6, and 7.
I'll hold for your report.
Okay.
Position 8, Travion Burks.
Good morning, Your Honor. That's my case. Mr. Burks, is that you on tray 1 iPhone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I thought so. Judge, at this time, we're going to maintain our plea of not guilty and ask for a trial.
Okay, you're seeking a jury trial, Mr. Corn?
We're not doing the bench trial thing again, so yeah.
Well, if you did seek a bench trial, Mr. Corn, I would give the state the opportunity to object. I don't know if they are objecting on these charges or not, nor do I know if you want a bench trial, but if you did, I would give them the opportunity to object. And I think that what we have said since our last hearing is that if they don't object, or that they would be objecting at the time that it was requested, so that we wouldn't put everyone out like we did last time. So are you requesting a jury trial?
Yes, we are.
Okay, so that's going to be either October or November. Mr. Burks, you'll get notice.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Is he free to go this morning, Mr. Corn?
What, pardon me?
Is Mr. Burks free to go? Do you need him for anything else?
I do not. We were in discussions, so.
Okay, very good. You have a good day, Mr. Burks.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Position 9, Taylor Carter.
Good morning, Judge. That'll be my case. I don't know if she's on or not, or if she's physically in court. I do have contact information, Judge. At the end of the calendar call, I'll reach out to her and see where she's at, Judge.
Okay, let's see, Ms. Carter, are you with us? Okay, I'll hold your announcement, Mr. Dodd.
Thank you, Judge.
Position 10, Sofiani DeJager, DEJAGER.
Judge, can you hear me okay?
Yes, good morning, Mr. Grossman.
Mr. DeJager is present on the call. I've received discovery in this case. The case has got some age on it. I guess that's why it's in the Orca division. I've communicated with numerous assistant solicitors. I begged, I pleaded, I stood on my head. They're unwilling to dismiss it. I think they are still, the last communication I had, which was as late as last week, they were still considering diversion. I'm just kind of prattling on here. You can tell me to shut up and I will, but I don't know if they're willing to offer diversion today. We can, get Mr. DeJager in the program and through it. I'm sure you've got other pressing business and I'm sorry to take up your time. It's just that I don't know what else to do as his attorney other than just sit here and prattle on about it. It's just a case that should be resolved short of a trial.
Okay, you're not taking up my time, Mr. Grossman. That's what I'm here for. So if I can help you resolve this matter this morning, I'm happy to do that. Ms. Riley, is this your case?
Yes, Your Honor, I have positions 1 through 20, but we would not be offering diversion on a family violence case.
Okay. Would it be helpful this morning? So Mr. Grossman, Ms. Riley is going to keep this case in the Orca division through trial. Have you had the opportunity to speak with her personally about this matter?
No, but what's interesting, there was a Miss Gathia who had the case for 5 minutes. I spoke with this case has been going on for 3 years. I spoke with this fine lady's supervisor, I believe is Jordan Reiser. So
Yes.
I've been communicating with her via email and phone calls, and she, just kind of stopped responding to my emails. So like I said, I mean, at this point, it's very frustrating. This is really not the way to do business. I don't really want to start, this negotiation off with Miss Riley on a bad note. But I just, really hope and pray that she's more conscientious than the other people that have had their hands on this case, because it's really pretty outrageous.
Well, just let me say, Mr. Grossman, I know Ms. Githier and Ms. Reiser, and I believe that they're doing the best that they can do under the circumstances. The solicitor's office, I believe today that many of them are in training. So that's might be why neither of them who are normally with me are not here today. So what I would say to you, Mr. Grossman, is that the case is going to remain with me. It's going to remain in the Orca division. I will
Thank
do
you.
I will do whatever I can do to help move this forward. I believe that Ms. Riley would negotiate with you in good faith this morning, so I would encourage you to do that. If you have any issues regarding that, and you can't come to terms, that's fine. We'll put you on a trial calendar so that we can get it moved along one way or another. So if it is agreeable to you this morning, I'd like for you at least to speak with Ms. Riley, so that I know that you have everything that you need from her and that you have spoken with her, so that if it can be resolved, that we can go ahead and try to get it resolved.
So, thank you for that. I would like her to know, as I've told countless people in her office, that the alleged victim in this case is Mr. DeJagger's wife, who's pregnant, okay? And she has expressed to me that she does not need the stress. While this case has been going on.
Your Honor, I'm sorry, counsel, I don't mean to, cut you off.
You are cutting me off. You're
If
talking.
we could not pre-try this case at this time, I would prefer to speak with you.
Okay. So
When do you want to speak to me? This is the middle of a calendar call, and I think that it's probably likely a very long calendar. So when should I reach out to Ms. Riley?
Hold on, Mr. Grossman. My normal practice is that I get through the calendar and then we take our time and we go with each counsel and I'll give you that opportunity to speak with her in a breakout room or by phone if you
Thank
like.
you, Judge. Thank you very much. I'll shut up.
Oh, you're fine, Mr. Grossman. I can understand your passion for.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Judge. I guess I'm not fine because I've been doing this for 30 years and this is really a waste of your time and it's a waste of judicial rules, and this should be resolved today.
Now, what I meant is not that you're fine. I'm fine. I'm fine giving you the opportunity to, to vent a little bit.
Thank you.
And I think that I've given you that opportunity. So give me the opportunity to let you speak with Ms. Riley so that we can get the case moved forward, okay?
Thank you, sir.
All right, so we'll be back with you, Mr. Grossman. Thank you. Position number 11, Yatta Duggar. YATTADUGGAR.
Your Honor, the state would move for a bench warrant if she does not appear by the end of the calendar.
Bench warrant will be granted if Ms. Duggar does not appear by the end of the calendar.
Thank you.
Ms. Chancey, do you know who you're here for this morning? I just want to.
No, Your Honor, I'm sorry. Let me check again.
Okay, thanks. Just make an announcement because I'm not sure who on the calendar is going to need your assistance.
Judge, I apologize. I think it might be my case, number 33, Marcia Rodriguez. I inherited this case from Mr. Raffoff, Judge, and my understanding is she only speaks Spanish. I have not had any contact with Ms. Rodriguez. She lives in Florida. My investigator left a message, but if the interpreter can make that announcement, see if Ms. Rodriguez is on, Judge.
Okay, and
Yes, sir.
Ms. Chancey will just ask if anyone needs a Spanish interpreter this morning. I don't want to keep you here long, but if need be.
Thank you, Your Honor. La señora Marcia Rodríguez, estén en la plataforma. Por favor, prenda su micrófono o cámara y salude. Marcia Rodríguez.
Okay, yes, okay. She's here in Fort with us. So
I will ask for somebody else. ¿Hay alguien que necesite un intérprete en español para hablar con el señor juez? Por favor, también prenda su micrófono o cámara si está en la plataforma.
okay, so it looks as though Ms. Rodriguez is the only one. She's number 33 on the calendar, I believe. How do you want to handle that, Mr. Haddad, given that you all are on Zoom and Ms. Rodriguez is here?
Sure, Judge. So I just needed an update. I'll probably lean on Ms. Rosenhoover to assist. And I'll text Ms. Rosenhoover. It's a question of my client, Mr. Raffoff's client, my client now, was supposed to get some classes done. We're trying to find out if she has proof of that. So I'll communicate with.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Rosenhuber.
Good morning, Judge.
So what I'll do is, at the end of the calendar, if you, I guess, can take your laptop, with Ms. Rodriguez, and we'll put you in a breakout room with the interpreter. Would that work for you?
That's perfectly fine, Judge.
Okay, thank you.
And
I guess
Judge, I'm sorry, good morning. I'm sorry, I apologize,
Yes.
Mr. Dodd. The notes that I have, I'm going to be handling that one for today, is that we were waiting for confirmation of the family violence intervention counseling, if your
That's-
client has that information.
That is correct. And
Right,
I
thank you,
guess
sir.
I should have checked with my coworker before I threw her under the bus, Judge, but thank you, Judge, but we'll figure it out.
Okay, I'll let you account for that at a later time, Mr.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, so Ms. Rodriguez, we'll be with you, ma'am.
Estaremos con usted en un momento, señora Rodríguez.
Thank you. Position number 12, Glenn Ellis. Yes, good morning, Mr. Ellis. Let's see, do you have a private attorney representing you?
No, sir.
Would you like to make application for the public defender this morning?
Yes, sir. I thought I had already did it when I was here last, when I started.
Okay, let's see if you qualify today, and if you do, they can assist you. If you don't, then I'll speak back with you, okay?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. We'll have someone get with you. Position number 13, James Harrison. Good morning, Mr. Harrison. Let's see, do you have a private attorney representing you?
I had public defender, the last time I was there too.
Oh. Okay, we'll let you talk to them this morning, okay? Thank you, sir. Position 14, Dominique Hurd. Dominique Hurd. Bench warrant will be granted if Mr. Hurd does not appear by the, or Mr. or Ms. Hurd does not appear by the end of the calendar.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Position 15, Anthony Hill. Anthony Hill. Bench warrant will be granted if Mr. Hill does not appear by the end of the calendar. Position 16, Frederick Holmes. Mr. Majeski's client. I'm going to hold for Mr. Majeski's report. He's normally in court with us.
Yes, Your Honor.
And could we have someone give him a call to see if he's going to be with us this morning? Thank you. Mr. Holmes is also position 17. Position 18, John Howard. John Howard. Bench warrant will be granted if Mr. Howard does not appear by the end of the calendar. Position 19, Gregory Kimber. Craigory Kimber. Bench warrant will be granted if he does not appear by the end of the calendar. Position 20, Tyrell Lewis.
Good morning, Judge. I represent Mr. Lewis. Is Mr. Lewis present on the Zoom or in court?
Mr. Lewis, Tyrell Lewis. I'll give you till the end of the calendar.
Thank you, Judge.
Position 21, Markina McFashion.
And I represent Ms. McFashion, Judge, and actually the calendar on the position 21, it should be Martina. It's correct for 22, but it should be Martina for 21. She should be present on Zoom.
I'm present.
Yes, good morning.
So let me announce pretrial on both of her cases, Judge.
Okay. So Ms. McFashion will be with you. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, I need to speak with Ms. McFashion.
Okay. Position 23, Franklin Modi. Franklin Modi.
Your Honor,
Yes.
Derek Wright for Mr. Modi.
And
morning.
Mr. Modi is he's on the Zoom as well, Judge.
Yes.
I believe that's the case. We will probably require trial. I'm special set on both a murder and a rape in October. I would ask to special set it or just put it on for November.
Okay, we'll place you on a November trial calendar. I take it that you have everything that you need from the state at this time?
I will circle back to them just to make sure because so much time has passed. But I can't imagine they won't send over what they have, and I'm still hopeful maybe we'll resolve it.
Okay, have you had the opportunity to speak with a solicitor that's in the Orca division?
I did get a recommendation from the solicitor in the Orca division. It was extremely harsh as recommendations go. Based on that, it seemed like we're not anywhere near the same table for a discussion.
I just wanted to make sure that you'd spoken with someone in the Orca division as opposed to the other divisions, as they will be handling the cases going forward. Ms. McCutcheon, did you have something?
No, I was just looking at my notes and wondering if Mr. Wright, good morning, Mr. Wright, if your offer was one that consisted of probation.
No, it was a jail time thing. So maybe we can talk offline and maybe there is room for us to figure this out.
Right. I have notes that an offer was emailed to you recently. So.
Yeah, but that offer looked like it had jail time associated with it. That's why it sort of threw us off.
Mr. Wright, let me do this morning. Let me have you speak with Ms. McCutcheon at the end of the calendar to make sure that you have the current offer and to see if that's something that your client would be willing to accept. Okay, so can you hold for me until the end of the calendar and I'll put you in a breakout room with Ms. McCutcheon.
I will, Judge.
Okay, thank you.
And Judge, I'm you know what, I'm looking back and I see what at the notes, I think Mr. Wright is correct. The email the offer that he's speaking of seems to be the offer that I'm referring to. It was just credit for a large amount of time, but there would be remaining time. So I believe, Mr. Wright, you and I are on the same page.
Yeah, and based on that, that's why I'm thinking, as much as I hate to say it, Judge, that we probably will need to put this on a trial calendar in November.
Okay, so we will put it on the November trial calendar. Okay, nothing further, Mr. Wright. You and your client have a good day if you don't have anything else on the calendar.
Thank you very much, Judge.
You're welcome. Position 24, Shaquille Moten Johnson. MOTN Johnson. Bench warrant will be granted if Mr. Moten Johnson doesn't appear by the end of the calendar. Position 25, Marquise Neal.
Good morning, Your Honor. Travis Alfred, Mr. Neal, he's present. I have received paper discovery from Ms. Reiser, from Mr. Ms. Reiser, and I contacted her about a video, but I haven't heard back from her. I believe this would be resolved without a trial, so I ask that you put it on the next calendar call.
Okay.
I'll wait for the video, and I think we can go forward from there.
Okay. Do we have a video, Ms. McCutcheon? Do you know?
Judge, I'm looking at Ms. Reiser's notes. This is position 25, correct?
Yes.
And I don't see any notes regarding a video, but I can look into that. No, Judge, I'm sorry. Yes, I see her note. The video has been requested. We do not have it presently, but it has been requested. And as soon as Ms. Reiser obtains it, of course, the state would provide it to counsel.
Okay, let's see. Well, and October 4th status calendar.
Your Honor.
Okay, so we'll put it on the October 4th, 9 a.m. status. And hopefully the video will come in by then.
Thank you, Your Honor. My client, I need excuse.
Yes, I'll have a good day. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Position 26, Houston Newsom.
Good morning, Judge. That is going to be my case. I've contacted Mr. Newsom. I don't see him here on the Zoom call. Judge, can you just give me an opportunity to try to procure him before the end of the calendar, Judge?
Okay. I'll hold for your announcement, Ms. Helen.
Thank you, Judge.
Position 27, Jacqueline Pillow.
Good morning, Judge. Ms. Pillow is my client, Judge. We signed the diversion paperwork yesterday. I would ask if we can reset it for maybe October. She has to take 8 anger management classes, Judge, and it'll take a while. And anyway, I don't know if there's anything in October. I know there's October 4th. Hopefully that'll be enough time.
Okay, so as long as she's working to get that done, we'll work with her, Mr. Haddad. So we'll put her back on the October 4th status and see if she's completed it or if how much she's done by that time, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, and is Ms. Pillow with us?
She's not, Judge. I spoke to her as recently as last night. We went over the paperwork and I submitted to Ms. Reiser. We're all in agreement. If she's not here, if the court wishes to, I'll reach out to her. I think I may have left it.
No, you're fine, Mr. Haddad. I just wanted to dismiss her if she was here, but since you've been in touch with her and you've reported to the court, that's fine.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. Position 28, Takia Primus.
Judge, that'll be my case. I have had contact with Ms. Primus. Is she present in the courtroom or on Zoom?
She's on Zoom, it appears to be.
Okay, great. Judge, if we could hold that case, I'll speak with her and see if we can't get it worked out today.
Okay. Good morning, Ms. Primus. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay, if you'll just hold on for us, I'll have Ms. Rosenhuber get in touch with you, okay?
Well, if y'all don't mind me saying, I agree with the email that she wrote.
Hold on, Ms. Primus. I don't want you saying anything that's gonna.
I'm not.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you speak with your counsel, okay? So you can, okay, so just hold on for us, ma'am. Thank you. Position 29, Delonte Quartermain.
Judge, that's also my case. Is Mr. Quarterman's present, and I believe that'll be a plea this morning. I did submit the paperwork virtually, but it was my first time doing it, so I don't know if the court got it. We can
Okay,
look into that and make
we'll
sure.
see if we did.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
I'll hold for your announcement on that. Position 30, Philip Ray.
Judge, that's also my case. I believe he should be present over Zoom. Oh, he's here in person. Judge, in that case, we have not received the body worn camera footage yet. And I have confirmed that with the state. At this time, Mr. Ray is not wanting to go ahead and plea. If we could get another status date just for the status of whether or not we've received all discovery.
And Your Honor, Ms. Reiser's notes indicate that state has requested it, but we have not yet received it.
Okay, we'll put it on the October 4th, 9 a.m. status calendar. Does that work for you? Ms. Rosenhuber?
Thank you, Judge. October 4th?
Yes. All right. You have a good day, Mr. Ray. Position 31, Alan Rice.
Good morning, Judge. I represent Mr. Rice. He should be present via Zoom.
Mr. Rice with us?
Well, Judge, let me check to see where he is as well.
Okay, I'll give you the opportunity.
Okay.
Position 32, Michael Rivera.
Good morning, Your Honor. Matthew McNally for Mr. Rivera. How are you?
I'm doing well, Mr. McNally. I hope you are as well.
Excellent. I am, Your Honor. Good to see you. So I believe we're all got all of the discovery. I've been in touch very briefly with Ms. Reiser about a recommendation. And I don't think we're going to be coming to terms on that. I would like to set that. I guess the next step would be trial unless there's another status or however Your Honor wants to put it from here.
If you're telling me that you've already spoken with her, I'd prefer to go ahead and put it on a bench or jury trial calendar.
So we would request a jury trial calendar. I'm going to take Mr. Korn's advice. I'm hoping it's right.
Well, Let's see, October, does that, a trial calendar in October, does that work for you?
Yeah, October is a good month. If there's any conflicts, once I get the date, I'll let the court know.
Okay, so we'll further notice you to the next trial calendar, which for me will be in October, I believe.
Great.
Okay,
Thank you,
nothing
Judge.
further. You'll have a good day. Thank you.
You too. Thanks, Judge.
We've already addressed Ms. Rodriguez, position 33, 34. Mayor Roquemore, Roquemore.
Good morning, Judge. Attorney Collins on behalf of Ms. Maya Rockmore, Judge.
Yes.
There should be a plea this morning. We've been in contact with Ms. Riser. We'll just need some plea paperwork to get it resolved, Judge.
Okay, Ms. McCutcheon.
Okay, Judge, and I'll just be candid with you. I'll have to prepare the plea paperwork. I don't know, according to the notes, I don't believe Ms. Riser was aware that the offer had been accepted. She had not prepared the DocuSign. And I, Judge, am not on the DocuSign, so I'll have to do it the old fashioned way.
That's fine. Okay, so if we can just make sure, I want to make sure that we are on the same page. Ms. McCutcheon, can you put the offer on the record so that I can make sure that counsel, that's the offer that he's going to, that he is.
Yes, Your Honor. And just so I'm clear, this is on position 34, Maya Rockmore.
That's correct.
The offer that I'm aware of that has been extended and that was emailed on July 25th of this year is a plea to reckless driving with the recommendation of 12 months probation, a $300 fine, 40 hours of community service, alcohol, drug evaluation and treatment, the risk reduction program to be completed, one victim impact panel that is for the reckless driving, and for the hit and run, 12 months probation and a $500 fine. Counsel, is that the recommendation that was emailed that you received from Ms. Riser?
That's the one that was emailed and accepted, yes.
Okay, very good. So we'll get the paperwork and we'll take that plea this morning. Thank you.
Judge.
Yes, Judge, if counsel can put his email in the chat and name, I don't see a name either. So counsel,
Okay,
you can put that information in the chat.
we'll get that to you, Ms. McCutcheon.
Thank you.
Position 35, Jermaine Stevens.
Good morning, Your Honor. Teresa Mahfood here with the law office of the Carlton, our Matthew, my client, Mr. Stevens' cousin. We were just retained on this case 2 weeks ago, Your Honor. It's my understanding that the previous attorney passed away. And I believe it was a one law firm case. We can't get discovery from them. So we're needing the discovery from the state.
Okay, so I'll give you that opportunity. Good morning. Let's see. Does,
Judge, if I can just go back, the attorney said, what is the attorney's name? I'm sorry.
If you can come in,
yeah,
all attorneys, if you all could please approach and have a seat so that the ASGs can hear you.
And I get, are you with Mr. Matthews' firm, or is Mr. Matthews a prior attorney?
I am with Mr. Matthews' firm.
Okay, all right, then I wasn't quite certain based on your announcement, and I just wanted to make certain that Mr. Matthews is fine. Okay, thank you.
Yes, I'm sorry. I probably didn't talk loud enough because I did say I was from the law offices of Carlton, our Matthews. My apologies.
All right,
Can you
thank
hear me now?
Yes.
Do you need me to spell it, my name?
Yes, if you would, please.
THERESA, and last name is Mahfood. That is M as in Mary, A as in Apple, H as in hotel, F as in Frank, OOD as in dog.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
okay. October 4th status calendar, does that work for you, counsel?
It does, Your Honor. And could I get information for the prosecutor?
Yes, so Ms. McCutcheon, this is going to be whose case going forward?
This would be Ms. Riser, Jordan Riser.
So this is going to be Ms. Riser's case. Counsel is requesting her information. So can we get that to her?
Yes, Judge. Well, the state will make certain that she gets the discovery. And I'm assuming that an entry has been filed, so we would have your information, your address and all of that, Ms. Mahfood.
Yes, that is correct.
And I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. Okay,
Oh, no, you were perfect. Thank you.
thank you.
Okay, so they will get you that. And if you need anything further, please just let them know.
Thank you, Your Honor. This concludes my business after I get the notice. May I be excused?
Yes, we'll see you back in October.
Thank you, Your
Okay.
Honor.
You also, Mr. Stevens, thank you. Position 36, Nigel Tippett.
Your Honor, Mr. Edie for. Yes. Good morning, Attorney Edie for Mr. Tippett. Paperwork has been sent over last night. We're just set for a plea.
Okay, so I'm sorry, this is gonna be a plea today?
Plea today. Paperwork is already done.
Okay, very good.
And
we'll get
Judge, if, I apologize, Judge, if I can inquire, was this through DocuSign and has the clerk already received the plea paperwork?
Yes, it was DocuSign sent over from Mr. Jacobs last night.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so we'll take that this morning. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Position 37, Sonar, TOKKUSGIL.
Yes, Your Honor, Melanie Elwanger here on that case. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Wonderful. I'm using my phone. I'm in court in person and I don't know if I'm doing it right.
Okay, I can't see you, Ms. Elwanger, but I can hear you, so.
Oh, no. Well, I can see
No,
myself.
Okay, no, there you go. I can see you now.
Oh, wonderful. Your Honor,
Pronounce your client's last name for me. I'm sorry.
Tokaskill.
Okay, thank you.
Your Honor, Ms. Reiser did send discovery and an offer a few days ago. I believe that case will be resolved. Just need to negotiate some fine details and speak with my client on it further. If you want to just put it on the trial calendar, and then I will get back with Ms. Reiser if we decide to accept the plea.
Okay, if you all are still in negotiations, I prefer to put it on a final plea calendar if that's all
Oh,
right.
wonderful.
So we have a final plea calendar that is on September 6th at 1:30. Does that work for you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so if it's not resolved, then I'll place it on the next trial calendar, but let's see if we can get it resolved and a plea taken first, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and do you have everything you need from the state at the present time?
I believe that I do.
Okay, very good. Well, thank you. If you don't have anything else on my calendar, you have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Position 38, Samantha Torchin.
Good morning, Judge. That is my case. Is Ms. Torchin available in court or is she on Zoom? It is. I have a few people that's logging in, Judge, so let me check to see.
Okay,
status
I'll
of
hold.
Ms. Torchin as well.
I'll hold for your announcement.
Okay, thank you.
And Mr. Tukakskill, I see you there. Good morning, sir. Your case has been reset until September 6th, okay?
Thank you. Have a good day.
You're free to go. Thank you. Position 39, Devin White.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Ms. Hoffman.
Yes, so I was in communication with the ASG on this, Jacob Stevens. We spoke yesterday. He has now sent me the raw data footage of the dash cam, body cam. So I need to download that, get it converted where it is viewable. And I was going to ask if we could be placed on the October 4th calendar to make sure that we are ready to go. There are also some things he wants my client to work on in order to get the offer I am looking for. So to give Mr. White some time to do the laundry list and for me to work on that video footage, I would respectfully request October 4th if possible.
Okay, that's fine, Ms. Hoffman. So we'll put you on the October 4th, 9 a.m. status calendar. Does that work for you?
Have a good rest of the day, Your Honor.
All right, you do the same. Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Position 40, DeBro Wilson.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ron Hood on behalf of Mr. Wilson, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Hood.
That's a pretrial diversion referral. I have the documentation of paperwork with me. Mr. DeBro Wilson has completed the requirements. He just needs to pay the fee.
Okay, and is he going to be able to do that today?
He can't do it today, Judge. He needs about 2 weeks before he can
Okay,
get that paid.
so, let me reset it for the October 4 status calendar. If he gets everything in, then you all won't have to appear, but I'll give him that opportunity to finish that up.
Sounds good, Judge.
Work?
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, that completes my business. May I be excused?
Yes, have a good day. Thank
You
you.
too, Judge. Thank you.
Let's see. I'm gonna make an announcement, but I do want to just let Ms. Riley, Ms. McCutcheon know that do you all have the afternoon 1:30 Orca final plea calendar?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, position number 3 on that calendar, Michael Andrews, Attorney Terry Brock is in court with me this morning, and I let her know that since she and her client are already here and that's going to be a plea, that I could take it this morning. Does that work with you all?
Yes, Your Honor, that's fine. I'm not sure, has she been sent the plea paperwork via DocuSign, or does that need to be done?
We have not, Your Honor. Also, I'm not really sure what the exact plea is, so if we can have a moment to pre-sign it before, that would be great.
Okay, all right. So she's here and I'll let her, is that your case, Ms. Riley?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll have counsel call you to discuss, okay?
Thank you.
I just wanted to let you know that she's here.
Thank you.
Okay, let me start with the in-person. Is there anyone that's here with me in court that did not hear their name? So I'll need for you all to stand. That's a lot of people. Okay.
Or either citation only. So what we can do is you put them over here and we'll one by one go.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. So there are a number of people that are here that I don't think are probably on this calendar, but might be on some other calendar. So we'll be in touch with you. Yes, sir.
I was actually late. I couldn't get in on Zoom, so I just came back.
Oh, okay. What's your name?
Mr.
Mr. Lewis. Yes, Mr. Gaither is going to speak with you, okay?
Yes.
So.
He just stepped out, but.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so position number 20, Mr. Lewis is in court with me. And he's Mr. Gaither's client.
Now position 19.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Kember, position 19 is also present. Where are you, Mr. Kember?
Right here, sir, Your Honor.
Okay, good morning, sir. Let's see. Do you have private counsel?
I'm trying to speak with,
The public defender? Okay, thank you, sir. We'll give you the opportunity to see if you qualify. Okay,
thank you very much.
you're welcome.
Your Honor, I have two clients that here appear.
Okay,
Ms. Lysandra Beach and Mr. Lewis, they're present. So let me just announce pre-trial. And I'll speak with them as soon as we get back from the library.
okay. So position 3, also Ms. Beach is present here. Good morning, ma'am. Okay, we're taking care of everyone that's in court with me. What about, is there anyone on Zoom that either joins us late or did not hear their name? I'll get with you, Mr. Grossman. I know you're here. Anyone else?
Your Honor, if we can go back, I was going to prepare the paperwork. I had asked for the attorney to place his information. I see the information for Julius Collins, but it says position number 35. I was not aware that was the position that was going to be the plea. Is Mr. Collins still on?
It's position 34, Judge.
It's position 34.
Okay, all right. I saw 30, so that was a mistake. It's position 34. All right, and you're Mr. Collins and you need the plea paperwork. All right, thank you.
Okay, and before you do that, Ms. McCutcheon, just so we can, would you mind going ahead and going into a breakout room with Mr. Grossman?
Judge, I'm sorry to interject, but after listening to the announcements, what I really said, I had given Ms. Reiser some information as late as last week via email, and the last communication I had with her, she was considering diversion. She was considering it. So after hearing Ms. Riley saying that that was something that she was not prepared to consider, I would ask that the case be moved to a final plea calendar so that I could continue pre-trying the case with Ms. Reiser and Ms. Riley. And I understand you've got a September 16th final plea calendar at 1:30. So respectfully, I'd ask that the case be moved to a final plea calendar.
Okay, and that's a September 6th.
September 6th at 1:30.
Yes, okay, so.
If we could do that, I'd appreciate that.
That's fine. That's position number 10, Mr. DeJagger. So we will see you back on September 6th.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You
Okay,
have a great day too.
I appreciate it. Thank you. So, Ms. Rosenhoover, I would like for you to go into the breakout room with the interpreter so that we can take her case if you don't mind.
Not at all, Judge.
Okay, so we'll put Ms. Rosenhoover and Madam Interpreter into a breakout room with Ms. Rodriguez, position 33.
Yes, I'm sorry.
If you want to take her, please.
Who's this?
Ms. Rodriguez is fine, for Ms. and I-
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yep.
This is.
Excuse me, Your Honor. Is Miss Rodriguez on the Zoom?
She's in court with me, so she is going to be with Ms. Rosenhoover.
Okay.
Take the plea back.
Excuse me, Your Honor, I believe Attorney Grossman was the only attorney that I needed to conference with for this morning's calendar. So I am going to call Attorney Brock, who is in the courtroom with you. If you could just ask her to step outside. I just
Okay,
have her number.
okay, thank you. Ms.
Thank
Rock.
you.
Let's see, Ms. McCutcheon, do we need to place you? So if you can just get the paperwork together for us so that we
I
can.
will. Yes, and I did put the rec on the record, and that was the same recommendation that Mr. Collins had received. So I'll get busy on preparing the paperwork and email it to council.
Okay, thank you. So while we're doing all that, if everyone will be patient with the court, someone will be with you as soon as they can, and we'll be in recess until one of the attorneys comes back. Okay. Mr. Biggins? Would you like to make application for a public defender today? Okay, we'll give you that opportunity. Thank you. Position number 4, Mr. Biggins is present in court. What position is that? Is it John Howard?
Stand up, sir.
Mr. Howard, let's see, would you like to make Mr. Howard's position number 18 is in court with me. Would you like to make application for a public defender this morning? Okay, we'll give you that opportunity. Thank you, sir. Someone will be with you. Right, so I'm gonna give him to the end of the calendar. Did you leave did whomever did leave a message? Okay, I'm gonna hold till the end of the calendar. Thank you. And position 29, Quartermain did come in. Is that what?
Yes.
Okay,
Here in person.
okay.
These are the same.
Thank you for the time, Your Honor. Is Attorney Brock back in the courtroom?
No.
No, she's not back as of yet.
Okay. I'll just wait for her to return.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Ms. Riley, I know that Ms. McCutcheon's pinch hitting this morning.
Okay.
Also, I am ready, and I believe counsel is also ready on position. Position 36 to take that plea. Is that something that you'd be able to assist with?
Yes, as long as the court already has all of the paperwork.
Yes, we do.
Okay. Yes,
Mr. Eady? Mr. Eady? Are you ready for the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so if you and your client can come over to the podium.
And you said this was position 34, Your Honor?
36.
36, okay.
Tippett.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Good morning, Mr. Tippett.
Good morning.
Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, sir. Ms. Riley, when you're ready.
Yes, Your Honor. The state's offer is 12 months probation, 12 anger management classes, and to have no further contact with the victim. I'm not sure if counsel is stipulating to a factual basis, but I can pull that up if needed.
It was stipulated to the factual basis.
Okay. He does.
Thank you. Then I'm sorry, I'm not sure if I said it, but that would be 1 count of simple battery.
Okay. Counsel,
Yes.
anything further?
Oh, no, this is a case that Mr. Tippett brought me on after the indictment and everything like that. So when I picked him up and talked to his parents, the first thing that they wanted to do is get this pushed behind them and get this on. So they hired me, retained, we jumped through the discovery, went through the discovery. He has been very straightforward. Got him back on a calendar first to get the case resolved. So we asked that the state, that the court accepts the recommendation given over by the state and I, so that Mr. Tippett can start his anger management problems, put it behind him and start his future and go forward.
Okay, very good. Mr. Tippett, it's my understanding that in case 20 CR 003723F, you wish to plead guilty to simple battery, is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated. Mr. Tippett, as soon as you get the anger management done, the probation will go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you won't have to report to probation, okay?
Okay.
All right, any questions?
No.
All right, good luck to you, sir. We'll give you the information regarding probation this morning. If you can go ahead and make sure you contact them within the next 2 weeks or so, okay?
Okay.
All right. All right, thank you. We appreciate it.
No problem. I'll probably be excused.
Yes, have a good day. And we need to get him the probation.
I won't leave it to you, the paperwork.
Okay.
And Your Honor, I believe I see Attorney Brock back in the courtroom on this afternoon's final
Yes.
plea calendar. Position 3, we are still waiting for a blood test result in this case as a final negotiating factor. So we would ask for this to be placed on the jury trial calendar, either October or November. And we
Okay.
will continue to try to resolve it prior to.
All right, the October, Ms. Brock, the October jury trial calendar, we'll place it on there and hopefully you'll will be able to resolve it possibly before then. If not, at least it'll be on calendar so that we can move it forward, okay?
Judge.
Anything further this morning?
Excuse me.
Okay, yes, have a good afternoon.
Your Honor, may I make an announcement?
Yes, Mr. Haddad.
Judge, I am, since both Ms. Riley and hopefully Ms. McCutcheon are on. So on position number 28, Ms. Primus, Judge, I'm gonna step in and help out Ms. Rosenhoover. It's ready for a plea. I'm gonna email the paperwork to Ms. Riley and Ms. McCutcheon if they want to double check, make sure that I have the terms correctly. And other than that, Judge, we'll be ready once it's signed off on from them. The only question was, and I believe it was a no violent contact. That's something that Ms. Rosenhoover worked out with Ms. Reiser, but I'll send the paperwork right now, Judge, and I'll stay online just to handle the plea, assuming everything's good.
Thank you, Mr. Dunn.
That's great. And Judge, I do have an update about position number 33, Ms. Rodriguez.
Okay.
Tengo una actualización en el caso número 33, la señora Rodríguez.
Okay, Judge, it appears that perhaps the pretrial diversion group did not have the correct email address for Ms. Rodriguez.
Parece que los servicios previos al juicio no tenían el correcto correo electrónico de la señora Rodríguez.
So she did not receive the information she needed to do the family violence classes.
Entonces ella no pudo recibir la información necesaria para poder tomar las clases de violencia familiar.
We have that correct email address now, and we would just ask the court for a little bit more time for her to be able to complete that.
Tenemos el correcto correo electrónico ahora y queremos solicitar al señor juez que nos dé un poco más de tiempo para que ella pueda comenzar sus clases.
Also, Judge, if there's any way to get a Spanish interpretation of the instructions, I don't know if that's the state or if there are resources available, that would be helpful.
También quería solicitar que si hubiera una traducción en español con respecto a las instrucciones que se le envíen. Yo no sé si eso está disponible.
You have any information on that, Ms. Riley?
Señora
I'm
Riley.
sorry, I was looking at there's something else. I apologize. What information?
Ms. Rosenhuber was wondering if, with the diversion program, if they have the instructions, or do you know whether or not they have the instructions in Spanish for her?
¿Sabe si tiene las instrucciones en español para ella?
Don't believe that we have the instructions in Spanish. No.
No creo que las tenemos en español, no.
Can I ask, are the instructions, I haven't seen them obviously, but do they just direct her to a website that she can go to, Ms. Riley?
Estas instrucciones la dirigirían a ella a una página web.
Correct. On the diversion form, there should be a specific program selected. And so the coordinator for diversion sends an email with that information.
Sí, para el formulario del tratamiento de desviación, el programa, hay específicas instrucciones en el programa y el coordinador manda de ahí toda la información a la persona.
Some of them will be a website or email address, others there will be a phone number.
Algunos pueden ir a una página web o llamar a un teléfono.
So a couple of questions. Since Ms. Rodriguez doesn't speak any English at all, do you know if those classes are offered in Spanish?
¿Usted sabe si esas clases se ofrecen en español, ya que la señora Rodríguez no habla español? No habla inglés, perdón.
I am not sure, but I'm sure Ms. Rodriguez is not the first person that has gone through. So I would have to ask the coordinator how they handle non-English speaking clients.
Yo estoy segura que la señora Rodríguez no es la primera que no habla inglés, pero tendría entonces que preguntarle cómo hacerlo al coordinador y cómo guiarla a la señora.
Okay, and I'm so sorry, Judge, to do
No,
this.
you're fine. No.
In the meantime, Ms. Riley, do you have a phone number of anyone in your office that speaks Spanish? So Ms. Rodriguez can communicate with your office about trying to take the class.
Mientras tanto, señora Riley, ¿hay algún número de teléfono que la señora Rodríguez pueda llamar en su oficina con quien pueda hablar en español?
I will reach out to the coordinator because the Spanish speaking people in our office, if I give you their number, they'll have no idea why they are calling. So,
Tengo que contactarme con el coordinador porque si le doy el teléfono de las personas que hablan en español aquí, no van a tener una idea de lo que tienen que hacer.
so yes, if you just give me a moment, Ms. Rosenhoover, to reach out to Ms. Crawford, and I will see what information I can get for you. Okay.
Si me da un momento, por favor, contactaré a la señora Crawford para ver qué información tienen disponible para ella.
If we could just hold it, Judge, for another moment so that before Ms. Rodriguez leaves, we know what's going on.
Okay, and I'll just say that we'll reserve her to October 4th status at 9 a.m. Does that work?
That works, Judge.
And since we do have the interpreter on today, I'll just let you all continue to try to work it out.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yo les voy a dar un momento para que terminen de solucionar esto, pero la próxima fecha será de comparecencia será el 4 de octubre a las 9 de la mañana de nuevo.
Ms. Helen, are you with me?
And Judge, I know I have several people who need to qualify for us, but I also have that plea. I'm not sure what the court would like to do. Mr. Quarterman is here and ready. How does the DocuSign?
No, I have it and I'm ready as soon as, I'm not sure. Let's see, quarter. So I know Ms. McCutcheon is still busy and we've already tasked Ms. Riley with something. So as soon as Ms. Riley is, or Ms. McCutcheon's ready, we can take the plea.
I'll stay close, Judge.
Your Honor, I just sent the plea paperwork to Mr. Collins. Mr. Collins, you should be receiving that momentarily. And what is the other matter Your Honor was inquiring about? Was that another plea?
Yes, and that is, I have the paperwork for position number 29, Quartermain.
Yes, Judge. Okay.
So.
And that's already through DocuSign, Judge? That's been signed by the assistant solicitor?
Yes, it has been.
Okay.
Let's see.
Your Honor, and Mr. Haddad, I am looking at position 28, so I would be ready to take that in just a moment.
Okay. And the plea paperwork that you sent over, Ms. McCutcheon, that was for what position?
Position 34, last name Rockamore, first name Maya.
Okay, and you sent it to counsel?
Yes, to Julius Collins.
Okay.
At jbcollinslaw@gmail. And I also copied, I believe, and I misread, and I hope I'm correct, the address state Orca at fultoncountyga.gov.
Yeah,
Okay, all right, so we'll.
Thank you, Ms. Redding.
welcome.
So once we get that, we'll take that plea, and once Ms. Rosenhoover comes back in, we'll take that plea.
And Your Honor, not to interrupt you, I'm ready on position 26. I believe Mr. Newsom has appeared on the Zoom call whenever the court's ready.
I'm ready. Go ahead, Ms. Helen.
Well, Judge, my last contact was with ASG Riser, and our contact was that this was going to be a non-negotiated plea today.
Okay, and okay, so let me, do we have the paperwork for that, Ms. Helen?
I don't believe I've been sent the DocuSign, but let me double check.
Thank you.
And Ms. Helen, if I may ask, it looks like it's a relatively straightforward case that the state makes a same recommendation, generally speaking, and in most of these cases. I guess my question is just what's non-negotiated about it?
Well, Judge, I talked to ASG Riser right now. The offer from the state is 60 days. I would not agree on my client's behalf for that 60-day, and I wanted to go non-negotiated.
Okay, is this a second DUI?
This is the third.
Oh, it's a third DUI. And you're seeking less than 60 days?
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
There is a 2013 conviction and a 2015 conviction.
Okay, well, I'll just wait to hear from the state. But only knowing what I know, you're telling me that's the third DUI, 60 days seems like it's generous from the state. But I don't know what the circumstances are, so I'll wait to make that determination. So you can get the paperwork. If someone can get me some paperwork, I'm happy to move it forward.
Ms. Helen, you're saying it's non-negotiated, correct? So I would imagine that's why the state did not send paperwork?
Understood, because I don't have it, Judge. So I guess as soon as we can get to the terms, I would be sent that and we could sign that.
Okay, I'm kind of confused, and just bear with me. I thought there were no terms because it's a non-negotiated plea.
We're only non-agreeing, Judge, just to jail time. All of the other.
Then that's a non-negotiated plea. If there's any portion of the plea to which you're not believing, then it is a non-negotiated plea.
Understood.
So regardless, I need paperwork from someone. So who's?
If that could be sent to me, if we could have a breakout, Judge.
Yeah, Judge, I'll go and speak with Ms. Helen. Ms. Helen, I'll just let you know, I'm not authorized to deviate from the recommendation, but I'll speak with Ms. Helen.
Understood.
Okay, thank you. So I don't have anyone else in the courtroom that's ready right now. So can we place you two into a breakout room? Is that?
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you all. So Ms. Helen and Ms. McCutcheon, if we could place them into a breakout room, please.
Well, Your Honor, I have reviewed the paperwork that Mr. Haddad sent me for position 28. I would be ready on that, but do I need to send that to Ms. Redden?
Please.
Judge, yes, and I apologize, Judge. This was all last minute, so there's no DocuSign. I did it the old fashioned way, which is
okay.
So I apologize.
Okay, no, that's no problem. So as soon as I get that paperwork, we can take that, please.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, Your Honor, I'll send that.
Ms. Riley, are you still working on getting that information? I just wanted to.
I just sent it. However, I did notice, Mr. Haddad, and maybe it's in a different place, but there was supposed to be family violence intervention program. And
Yeah, I thought I put it in count 2 as
You-
FVIP.
you did. Okay. I just had the simple battery family violence as count 1. So
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
That's how I got the email. I apologize. So we
no
can
problem.
switch it.
Okay. Yeah, we should be ready to go, Judge Moore.
And what about the information that you were going to get to Ms. Rosenhoover about the Spanish?
Yes, Your Honor. I'd still need to reach out to Ms. Crawford. Just give me.
Okay, no, I just.
Sure. Okay.
And Judge, I apologize. We're just back from the breakout session. Ms. McCutcheon and myself, I just need 5 or 8 minutes to speak to the client, and then I think we'll be ready to have an announcement, Your Honor.
Okay, you're fine, Ms. Helen. Yes, Ms. McCutcheon.
And Judge, so that we can clarify, since I'm filling in today and, I don't have the DocuSign information and access that the other lawyers do since I'm filling in. I guess I tried to get that yesterday, but I was not able to do that on such short notice. Miss Helen does have the DocuSign paperwork, so she can provide that since it's non-negotiated. She just does not have I cannot send her anything because I don't have DocuSign capability, but she can do it on her end.
Understood.
And there's nothing for the state to fill in since it's non-negotiated.
Okay. And
Thank you.
I don't know if Ms. McCutcheon, did you get the position? What position is that, Ms. Redden?
It is
34.
34.
Position
34.
34. The way that we received, Ms. Redden received that, we're not able to print it out here. Is there another way that you can, because that came, how did it come, Ms. Redden?
Landscape, we need it to be. Because
It came-
it doesn't come with the answers.
It came.
Oh, gosh. How in the world did I save that? Okay, say that again, Miss Reddy.
I'm going to call you.
Okay, please do. You have my,
Okay.
I know, Miss Redden, I don't know if you have I don't have that work cell. I don't know if you have my personal cell.
Oh,
Can
okay. I can,
If you put your number in the chat, I'll call you because I don't want to give my personal cell online.
absolutely.
Thank you. Mhm. Thank you, Judge. My apologies for that.
Okay.
I don't know how I say, okay.
And I'm told that position 11 has just arrived. Mr. Duggar or Yata Duggar? Yes, sir. Do you have a private attorney representing you in this matter? Would you like to make application for a public defender today? Would you like to make application to be represented by the public defender? Okay, so we'll have someone speak with you, Mr. Duggar. He's position number 11. Ms. Rosenhoover.
Perfect.
Okay, someone will be with you, sir.
And Judge, I do need to speak with Miss Riley. Hi, when you have a chance, could you give me your number so I can give you a call about Mr. Porterman, please?
Okay.
Thank you.
What you said, Porterman, that would be Miss McCutcheon.
Okay.
I can take the plea, I'm not sure what it is, but.
Are you able to talk about the case with me or should I wait on Miss McCutcheon?
Give me just a second. I will send you my number.
Okay.
I know she's doing some other cases.
I appreciate it.
Sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Right now.
Thank you, Miss Riley.
For his 10 a.m. calendar.
Okay. Ms. Reiser, I'm sorry, Ms. Rosenhuber,
Yes,
um, we're gonna have to release Madam Interpreter. She has to be in another courtroom.
That's fine.
So let me let you and Ms. Riley continue to speak and try to arrange that, but I'm gonna let Madam Interpreter go. Do you need for me to have her tell your client anything before she goes?
Just that we'll be in touch and the next court date is October 4th, but we'll be sending her an email this week.
Okay, did you-
Señora, vamos a estar en contacto. La próxima fecha que tiene que comparecer aquí es el 4 de octubre a las 9 de la mañana y le vamos a estar enviando información a su correo electrónico.
Okay.
Can you ask her if she has any additional questions for me?
¿Quiere hacer alguna pregunta al señor juez en este momento?
Yo solo quiero saber si hay algún lugar donde pueda yo ir a recibir las clases.
I just want to know if there is a place for me to go so I can take those classes.
We'll be getting you that information as soon as we figure out how to get the Spanish translation of it.
Le vamos a dar esa información lo más pronto posible en cuanto podamos encontrar y resolver el problema de la traducción en español.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, have a good day, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Chancey.
You're welcome. Thank you,
Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
For the public defender service, I know that's probably a lot of you. I will get this. And just bear with it, and I'll try to track on this behavior too.
And Ms. Riley, I take it that you're busy right now? So you just let the court know when you've handled whatever it is that you need to handle. And I do have Mr. Haddad's paperwork, so we can take that plea whenever you're free, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Just let us know.
In your honor, we're ready on position 26 if the court is ready. And Judge, I've spoken to my client, Mr. Newsom. He would like to ask this court for another reset to another court date to give him an opportunity to accept this plea because he would have to turn himself in. I do believe to the Fulton County Jail Judge. And so I've spoken to him and he's advised me that he would like a request to another court date to just be in a place to accept this plea.
Okay, we have a final plea calendar on September 6th. Is that enough time for him to get his business in order?
Mr. Newsom, you can unmute yourself. Is September 6th, that's a good amount of time?
That's the only extension that's available.
Do you need more time or less time, Mr. Newsom?
More. I have to talk it over with my job, my family. I need more time.
Does this October 4th give you enough time?
That'll be fine.
Okay, so Ms. Helen will put it on the October 4th status, 9 a.m. If he does accept the plea, if we could go ahead and get the plea paperwork filled in, and he will need to be ready. If he's going to accept the plea, that's going to include additional jail time. Mr. Newsom, you need to be prepared to turn yourself in on that date, okay?
Understood.
All right. Anything further, Ms. Helen?
No, Judge. Is Mr. Newsom excused?
Yes, have a good day, Mr. Newsom. We'll see you back in October.
All right.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Judge, I have.
Yes.
Well, she's a teacher and today is the first day. The principal gave her
a little time.
Maybe he's trying to see if we can just get another day and once we get paperwork, we'll fill it out and go ahead and plead.
Okay.
What's the first day? She should be okay, but it's the first day of school. Ms. Moore.
Let's see, what,
If we can wait, the good thing is if we wait, we can have them send it via DocuSign. If Your Honor will allow. You can take.
okay. I'm happy to reset her. If that's her request, you know, I don't know if we can get it done in 5 minutes.
No, that just won't be the first day, and I think you announced the September 6th calendar. Or when's the next one? It's just today's the first day. And
Okay, right, yes, they want her there. Okay, Ms. McCutcheon? No,
Yes, Judge. Mhm.
did you hear that?
No, I did not. I'm sorry. I'm still
Okay.
working with this plea paperwork, Judge, that I cannot
No,
get to the
we're
right
gonna-
format. Mhm.
This is, what position is this?
Position number 34, Judge.
34 Rockamore, Maya.
Yes, Ms. Rockamore is a teacher. This is her first day, so we're gonna reset her to allow her to get to her class. And that way it will also give us the opportunity to get the paperwork in order.
Yes, Judge, and I apologize for that, Your Honor. For some reason, it's saving mine in a orientation that's landscape, and so we can't print it out to show all of the verbiage. So counsel, I apologize for that. Mr. Riley was going to try to assist me, but Judge, at the defendant and counsel's earliest and the court's earliest convenience, we'll have that rectified.
Okay, so October 4th, is that what we said? What date is good for you?
anything, the earliest thing you have, Judge.
Okay, the earliest would be September 6th, final plea at 1:30. Is that a good time for her?
1:30 would be good. Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll reset you to September 6th, final plea, 1:30, okay?
Thank you, Judge. And I will make certain that Ms. Reiser, I'll request that she sends the paper on the DocuSign system so that everything's in order.
It's up to her.
No, Judge.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to do, I prefer that she's here. And if she wants to be on Zoom, she can. I wouldn't want to be at work doing this, but
Okay, Judge, yeah, right, Judge, and like I said, I apologize with me not being there. If I had known, I would have been there because this is
okay,
difficult.
no. You're fine, Ms. McCutcheon.
I'll let Ms. Reiser know, Judge, you prefer her to appear in person.
No. It wasn't Ms. Reiser. It was Ms. Rockamore.
Oh, I see, Judge. Thank you. Yes.
Okay, counsel, are we good?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Thank you, Judge.
no problem. We'll see you back in September.
Thank you.
You also, Ms. Rockamore. Thank you for your help, Ms. McCutcheon.
Should be able to try that. How long is that? Bathroom?
Ms. McCutcheon is, let's see, Ms. Position 28, is that your case? Ms. Primus? You're on mute.
Yes, Judge, is that one where counsel does not have the plea paperwork as well?
No, we have the paperwork. And the court has the paperwork. I'm just wondering if we can go ahead and take that plea.
Yes, Judge. State's ready.
Okay, Mr. Dodd?
I'm ready, Judge. Ms. Primus, hopefully she's still on. Yes, she is.
Sorry, yes, here, I'm here.
Okay, all right. Thanks for your patience this morning, Ms. Primus. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, ma'am. Ms. McCutcheon?
Do you stipulate to the factual basis, or you want to put the factual basis on the record, Mr.
No, wait, I apologize, Ms. McCutcheon. We do stipulate to facts, venue, and this is a negotiated plea, Judge. I would just ask the court to follow the state's recommendation. My only request, if the court would consider waiving 3 months of probation fees in light of the fee VIP classes that she has to take.
Okay, and if you'll put the, Ms. McCutcheon, the recommendation on the record.
Oh, yes, Judge. The recommendation in case 20CR003193E on a plea to unlawful, I'm looking at simple battery, family violence, it'd be 12 months probation, complete the family violence intervention program, no further violent contact with the victim. For simple battery of a law enforcement officer, 12 months probation to run consecutive to the sentence imposed in the simple battery family violence count. The probation may become non-reporting after the first 12 months. The disorderly conduct would merge and the obstruction would merge. That is the state's recommendation. Is that the recommendation that was communicated to you, Mr. Haddad?
It is. I think there was another count. It'll be 12 months probation concurrent. I think it's a 911 call. I could be wrong, Judge, but yes, in essence, it's 24 months.
Yes, you're right. Yes, the 911 call, that's 12 months probation as well. Yes.
Okay, so let me make sure I have it correct. So the unlawful conduct on a 911 call and the simple battery family violence she'll be pleading to, and these are to run consecutive, and is that?
I think it really won't make much of a difference, but those two counts, I believe, are run concurrent. The
correct.
Obstruction, the battery on a police officer is the consecutive 12 months probation.
That is correct.
But once she completes the FVIP and after the first 12 months, there'll be non-reporting, assuming she's in compliance with everything else.
That is correct. And the no contact was with the victim, Steve Gibson. And is Mr. Gibson on the Zoom? If I might just inquire, Judge, if there's a Steve Gibson on the Zoom this morning?
And Judge, for clarification, I believe it's no violent contacts. It started out as a stay away, but then it got changed to a no further violent contact.
Correct. And if I misstated that, it's no further violent contact.
We won't hold that against you, Ms. McCutcheon.
Okay.
I want that played back, Mr. Haddad. I thought I said no further violent contact. But yes, Judge, that's the recommendation. And as I said, the victim is Steve Gibson, and it does not appear that Mr. Gibson is on the Zoom.
Okay. Anything further, Mr. Haddad?
No, Judge, nothing further.
Okay. Ms. Primus, it's my understanding that in case 20 CR 003193E, you wish to plead guilty to unlawful conduct during a 911 call, simple battery, family violence, and simple battery against a police officer. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
I am.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated. Mr. Dunn, I'm not able to waive any of the probation fees for her, but as soon as she completes the terms, the court is willing to allow it to go to a non-reporting status.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Good luck to you, Ms. Primus. Anything further?
No, Judge, I believe the litigation manager will send me the probation paperwork and I'll fill it out and send it back to the litigation manager.
All right, very good.
Can my client be excused, Judge?
Yes, have a good day, Ms. Primus.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, let's see, do we have any announcements?
Yes, Judge.
Go ahead, Mr. Gaither. I'll go next or whoever.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
I have a few announcements, Judge.
Okay.
Am I getting okay? At the status calendar, Judge, position number 3, Lysandra Beach.
Okay.
We want to further notice that for the final plea calendar.
Okay, you have everything you need from the state on that case?
I believe I do.
Final plea calendar is September 6th at 1:30. If it's going to be a plea, if we can get the paperwork prior to the hearing, we can get her in and out.
Okay, absolutely. Is Ms. Beach is present? Is she free to go?
Yes, have a good day, Ms. Beach. We'll see you back in September.
Position 4, Judge.
Yes.
Mr. Biggins, he's present in court. That will be my client, and want to further notice him to the final plea calendar as well.
Okay. That's September 6th at 1:30. Okay. Mr. Biggins? What? Okay, is he free to go, Mr. Gaither?
Yes, I was just going to ask, is he free to leave, Judge?
Okay, yes, have a good day, sir.
Position 12, Mr. Glenn Ellis. That will be my client as well. He's present in court.
Okay.
Want to further notice him to the final plea calendar also.
All right, September 6th at 1:30. Okay, we'll see you back then, Mr. Ellis. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
September 6th, 1:30.
Yes, you'll get notice, sir.
And then 2 more, Judge. It's going to be the same announcement. The first one is position 20, Mr. Tyrell Lewis. He's present in court. Want to further notice him to the final plea calendar.
September 6th at 1:30. Okay,
And he's free to leave, Judge. I have everything from him. From Mr. Lewis, I need.
okay, very good. You have a good day, Mr. Lewis. Thank you.
And then positions 21 and 22, Miss Martina McFashion, she's present on Zoom. Want to further notice her to the final plea calendar as well.
Okay, September sixth, at 1:30, Ms. McFashion. Let's see, where are you, Ms. McFashion?
She's on Zoom.
Oh, okay, all right. So you're free to go, ma'am. Have a good day. If that's,
And let me see, Mr. What number is he? Position 31, Mr. Alan Rice. He should be present on Zoom now. I did see him.
Yeah, how you doing?
Okay, hey, Mr. Rice. Just the announcement of Mr. Rice's pretrial. I'm ready to step out and call him. I just want to let the court know he's the president on Zoom. But let me ask, is Miss Samantha, number 38, Miss Samantha Torsion, is she present on Zoom? Or is Samantha Torsion present in the courtroom? James Harrison? Yep, that's the other person I was looking for too, Judge. Mr. James Harrison. That's gonna be my case.
okay. Position 13.
Yes, I want to further notice him to the final plea calendar as well.
Okay.
And that's all the announcements I have. I just need to make a few phone calls and I'll report back to the court shortly.
Okay, and let's see, Mr. Harrison.
Present.
Yes, sir. You're free to go. Have a good day, sir.
Thank you.
And Judge, I do have an announcement on position 2 on the status calendar, if the court's ready.
Okay,
I believe Mr. Bailey has appeared on Zoom, Judge. This is my first time meeting Mr. Bailey. I do have his phone number and his contact email. I would like to reset this to the final plea calendar. I want to enter my appearance. I want to request all discovery. But I would also like to know if the state could put the offer on the record.
okay. Ms. Riley.
Yes, Your Honor. I do have that discovery was filed on March 15th, 2019, and supplemental discovery May 1st of 2020. So that should be available once you enter your appearance. Ms. Helen, the offer is 12 months to serve with credit for 219 days previously served.
Is that a time served offer?
No, the remaining time to be served, you just get credit for the 219 days.
Hold on, Mr. Bailey. To credit for 19.
So looks like 146 days remaining.
And Judge, if we could get a status court date instead of a final plea, Judge.
Okay, October 4th.
Yes, Your Honor, that would be great.
Okay, October 4th, 9 a.m. status.
And I just want to, is it possible for Mr. Bailey to update his contact information, or does he have to be in person to do that?
Can we take his?
Okay,
Okay,
understood, Judge.
okay, make sure he does that, so that he gets noticed. We don't want him getting a bench warrant.
Understood. And that's October 4th at 9 a.m.
That's correct.
And is Mr. Bailey free to go?
Yes, he's free to go.
And Mr. Bailey, I'm going to call you after this, okay? Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Dodd.
Judge, I was gonna make one request not to issue bench warrant, but I see that my client did appear, Ms. Carter. If I can be placed in a breakout room with Taylor Carter, she is position number 9.
Okay.
I just needed to speak to her about the state's recommendation.
Okay, Ms. Carter, can you unmute yourself and activate your camera for the court?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna put you into a breakout room with Mr. Haddad so you can discuss your case, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, let's see. Ms. Rosenhuber is not in with me. I guess she's with someone else, but we'll take her plea as soon as she comes back in. I think that's the last plea that we have this morning. So when she comes back in, we'll get that taken.
And Your Honor, I apologize for interrupting. For Ms. Rosenhoover, is that position, I believe 30, Mr. Quarterman?
Yes.
Okay, I'm actually amending that. And I'll wait for her to come back into the courtroom, but
Amended it in a good way.
yes, Your Honor, it's still gonna be a plea. I just wanted the
Okay.
court to be aware, and it won't be filed when we take the plea. But if the court is okay with just amending it, it's going from a battery family violence to battery.
Okay, all right. So I'll let her get back into the courtroom.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm working on that now.
Okay, thank you. All right, we'll be in recess until someone returns.
Judge, if I can make announcements for the court, if available.
Yes, Mr. Dodd.
Thank you, Judge. On position number 9, Judge, it looks like it's gonna be a plea. I'm gonna do it the old-fashioned way again. And I'll forward, should I forward it to Ms. Ruther or Ms. McCutcheon?
It's mine.
Okay, so I'll forward you Ms. Reiser's recommendation in case you don't have it. But it was 12 months probation, operation 21, terminate upon completion of class. But I'll forward that email to you. I'll put that language in the paperwork if that's acceptable to you, Ms. Riley.
It is. I do have Ms. Reiser's recommendation, and that I'm confirming that is what I have as well. So yes, you can send me the paperwork.
All right,
Or
Judge,
if it-
just
Yeah.
unless there's a DocuSign is ready, but it's, it was a last minute thing, so.
Okay, you're fine.
All right, so I'll go ahead and take care of the paperwork and I'll email to Ms. Riley.
Okay. And Ms. Riley, Ms. Rosenhoover's back in the court with us if you want to speak with her about Quartermain.
Yes, Your Honor. Well, me and Ms. Rosenhoover already spoke. I did just finish
okay.
that amended accusation, but it's still pending with the clerk's office. I was just saying, if we take the plea, if you wouldn't mind, Your Honor, just crossing through the family violence portion, everything else remains the same. And that's with the state's express permission.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge. Apologies for making it more complicated.
No, it's not. It's fine. Are we ready to take that plea?
We are, Judge. I do have one quick announcement just to get one of these gentlemen out of here. For position number 19, Mr. Gregory Kimber. He does qualify for our services. I intend to file an entry of appearance and request discovery. If we could please have the October 4th status date.
Your Honor, I apologize, and I don't want to rush Ms. Rosenhoover. I know she's just getting this case, but it is my understanding that it has been continued several times for Mr. Kimber to hire an attorney. And so I would ask that it be placed on a final plea calendar or move to the trial calendar, because we will need a court reporter and the victim's family or next of kin to be available.
You object to a final plea calendar?
Would that be in September or October?
So you need till October is what you're telling me.
If the
Yes,
state-
I understand. It's a serious charge and you're just getting the case. So
The state would not have an objection to an October final plea calendar.
okay, October 4th, we do have a final plea calendar. So does that work?
That'd be
Okay.
just fine. Understood.
Okay, so October 4th, final plea, that'll be at 1:30. And if you'll let the court know if it's not going to be a plea, then we'll place it on the next available trial calendar after that. But I don't want on that final, if it's going to be a plea, that's fine. But I don't want Ms. Riley to get everyone together just to have it reset again. So if you know by that date that it's not going to be a plea, let the court know and we'll set it for a trial calendar so that Ms. Riley does not have to bring all the people in. Is that fair for everyone?
Absolutely, Judge. Thank you.
Okay. All
Yes,
right.
Your Honor. And just so the court is aware, because I know that the litigation managers arrange the court reporters, that if it is going to be a plea,
Okay.
court reporter would be needed.
I will keep everyone in the loop.
Okay.
Let them
Thank you.
know.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Is Mr. Kimber free to go?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Have a good day, Mr. Kimber. Thank you. Thank you.
Judge, I don't see Tori Anderson, position 1 on your show cause calendar here right now. I know he stepped out to try to call some private attorneys, so we'll hold on that and then.
Okay, so he's not qualified.
He's still,
He's here in the courthouse.
is he with the white shirt, with the black shirt? I just spoke with him. He wanted me to tell you that he's gonna hire his own attorney. He's right outside.
Yeah,
Okay.
I appreciate it,
Mhm.
but we're ready for the plea on the quarterman now.
Okay.
No.
And where is Mr. Quarterman?
Quarterman is right here.
Oh, okay, come on, you want to come on up?
Go to the podium, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Quarterman again.
How you doing, Your Honor?
I'm doing well, thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear from the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you. Ms. Riley?
Thank you, Your Honor. The state's recommendation in this case to one count of battery would be 12 months probation in the 10-day family violence intervention program, and to have no further contact with the victim, Victoria Eccles. Your Honor, the state has, after speaking with Ms. Rosenhoover, agreed to amend this charge from battery family violence to the lesser included of battery, which we are able to do past the statute of limitations due to it being a lesser included. Due to this case being from 2019, at the time the parties were living together, but since that time do not have any further contact with each other, are no longer living together. And we have been unable to make any contact with Ms. Eccles in regards to this case. And so that is the reason for the amended accusation at this late time.
Okay. Ms. Rosenhoover?
Judge, we would just ask that the court accept the negotiated agreement.
Okay. Mr. Quarterman, it's my understanding that in case 21 CR 001738F, you wish to plead guilty to battery, is that correct?
Correct.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
I'm sorry.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your representation?
Sorry.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You don't want a jury trial? do
I
you?
don't, I don't.
Okay. Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated. Mr. Quarterman, given the age of the case, is there any objection from the state to termination once he completes the terms?
No, Your Honor.
So as soon as you complete the terms of the probation, it's going to terminate. So the sooner you get this done, the sooner you won't be on probation, and the sooner you won't have to pay those fees. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So we're going to give you where you need to go to report to probation. If you'll do that in the next 2 weeks or so, good luck to you, sir.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, I have a couple of announcements to make.
Okay, Mr. Gaither.
All right. Let's see. First, let me check. Did Mr. Trevon Billings, is he on Zoom? Okay, I'll come back to him, Judge. Let me keep going. Position 11, Mr. Yada Duger. That is my case. That would be my case, President in court.
Okay.
But I want to further notice his case to the final plea calendar.
Okay. The September final plea calendar is now full. So
Let's do October.
Will be October 4th. Okay. At 1:30.
Sounds good.
All right.
I'm sorry. What position was that again?
That's position
11.
11.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Dugan, we'll see you back in October, sir. Okay, have a good day, sir.
Position 18, John Howard. He's president in court. That would be my case, Judge. So same announcement. We want to further notice his case at October the 4th final plea calendar.
Okay. All right. we will see you back, Mr. Howard, on October 4th. Have a good day, sir.
And Judge, going back to position number 1 on your show cause calendar, Mr. Torrey Anderson is present. He's indicated that he does wish to hire private counsel, and I believe his request to the court is just to allow him some more time to do that.
Okay, come on up, Mr. Anderson. If you'll come to the podium so that, right over here. Okay, so good morning again, Mr. Anderson. I want to make sure that we have the correct address before you go, so that we know that we have that you're getting notice of the hearings. I'm happy to give you some time to get counsel. This is a 2021 case. You were charged in case 21 CR 004640 with battery family violence. This charge carries with it a maximum penalty of 12 months in jail and or $1,000 fine. I am going to give you time to get counsel, but I want, is this your case, Ms. Riley? Would you mind placing the state's offer on the records just so that so Mr. Anderson knows?
No, Your Honor, I don't mind. Yes, and normally being that this is a show cause calendar, meaning he previously did not appear, the state would normally object to any further continuances. However, the recommendation does require jail time, so the state would not be objecting at this time. But the state's offer is 12 months to serve 30 days, credit for time served 1 day, 29 days to serve remaining, the balance on probation, a family violence intervention program, and to have no further contact with the victim in this case, Shamika O'Neill.
Okay, so that is the offer that you can communicate to any attorney that that you hire. I'm going to put you on an October on the. Do we still have room on the status calendar in October?
Yes.
Okay, October for status calendar, which is at 9 o'clock. Okay, so you need to hire an attorney as soon as you can. Have that attorney enter his or her notice with the court that they are representing you, and begin working on your case before that October 4th date. Okay.
Y'all, this one for y'all for me 12 months in jail.
No, they are. It's 12 months to serve. Was that 28 days, Ms. Riley?
Your Honor, he would be getting credit for 1 day that he's already served, so he would have 29 days remaining.
Okay, so that's the recommendation. So you understand it's a serious.
Yeah, but I'm not
charge.
going. I'm not.
Oh, okay, no, I know that, but I just want you to know that that's what the state's recommendation is, so that when you do hire an attorney, you'll be a step forward, letting them know that it still is requesting jail time for you on this charge, so they'll realize how serious the charge is. Let's see. Let's make sure that before you go that we have your proper address. Any questions for the court that don't?
Not really.
Okay.
Not at all. Not at all.
Okay. All right. So, can we make sure that we have his proper address, and then you're free to go? Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. And you'll get notice. If you and just so you know, Mr. Anderson, if you don't have counsel by that date, we're gonna have to move the forward. Did he not qualify for your services, or?
I didn't want it.
Okay. Okay.
I'd rather pay the money.
Okay, and that's fine. But what I'm saying is that if you do not have a lawyer by the time you come back,
Yes, sir.
if you, for whatever reason, that option is still open to you if you qualify. But you need to do that before you come back. What I'm trying to say is, I don't want you coming back here in October and saying, I didn't find a lawyer, okay? And then wanting to get the services of the public defender. That just pushes the case on down the road further, because then they're going to have to investigate. If you cannot, for whatever reason, hire a lawyer, get in touch with them right away to see if they can represent you well before this October 4th date. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, so we'll get your address and I'll see you back in October, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, sir.
In your honor, I am helping Ms. McCutcheon with her paperwork, because it's going the wrong way, as well as reviewing the paperwork sent by Mr. Haddad. So,
Okay.
once I get that done, we should be able to do those two, please.
Okay, very good. And let's see, any other announcements?
Yes, Judge, I did have a position 31, Alan Rice, he's on the Zoom. We want to further notice this case to the final plea calendar in October.
Okay, and do you have everything that you need for Mr. Rice?
Yes, I have everything for that case, Judge.
The October 4th final plea date?
Well, I think I have everything for that case. Now, I don't remember, I don't have any notes that I don't, but I'm certain I do.
Okay, October 4th final plea, 1:30. And Mr. Rice, you have everything you need from Mr. Rice?
No, he's free to go, Judge.
Okay, you're free to go this morning, Mr. Rice. You have
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great day.
sir.
Okay. Now, Judge, let me just step out and make 2 more follow-up phone calls to see what my clients are, then I'll report
Okay.
back.
All right, very good. Okay, we'll be in recess until there's an announcement.
I'm sorry, just one more question, your honor. Do we know which public defender has Mr. or Mrs. Rockamore? Because I can do this via DocuSign to avoid the landscape issue.
That was
Private
reset,
attorney.
Ms. Riley. That was
I'm sorry.
reset. Position
Oh.
34.
It was reset?
I believe the court reset
Yes.
September 6th.
Okay, all right, then I'll stop working on that, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
and would like to request an opportunity to speak to a solicitor today.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Moulton Johnson?
Sir.
Yes, can you come on up? Yes, good morning, Mr. Moulton Johnson.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Let's see, first of all, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can't be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney present at these proceedings. It's my understanding that on these charges you wish to proceed pro se today.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you've been charged in case 22 CR 0061660F with lawyer prowling, expired tag, and no proof of insurance. Ms. McCutcheon, are you handling this case?
Which number is this, Judge?
This is position 24.
Yes, this would be one that I'm handling. Mhm.
Okay. Do you all have a recommendation that you can give to Mr. Moulton Johnson on these charges?
Yes, Judge. The recommendation from the state would be 12 months probation, that he complete the Operation 21 program. That's for the loitering and prowling, and on the no proof of insurance, 12 months probation and a $500 fine. And that would be a concurrent sentence.
What is the Operation 21 program?
Judge, it's a counseling program. It's what a lot of the persons who are sent to the diversion program are allowed to participate in this. I'm not quite certain of the number of hours. I think it's an 8-hour course, but I'm not quite certain, Judge. But it's a counseling type program that we use for our accountability program.
Okay, so you understand that, Mr. Moulton Johnson?
I do, but I have also a follow-up because the last court date I asked the Solicitor General to take account that I was in the military and I also worked for Grady, and that pleading guilty to count, the second count would have my license in jeopardy.
The no proof of insurance charge?
Correct, because the proof of insurance, like I told the last court, that it was updated immediately after getting out of jail on the 1st. Immediately right after being bonded out.
Okay. Do you have how much time he spent in jail, Ms. McCutcheon?
Judge, I do not know that. I'd have to look that up to see.
Okay, would you mind trying to do that for me?
I will.
And you currently in the military?
I just finished my contract 3 months ago.
Okay. So your hang up is on the no proof of insurance. Your hang up is not on the loitering and prowling charge.
Correct, because I agree with the program, even though I wasn't, but I'll plead guilty to that. But the second one is what I'm more worried about because I do need my license to operate a Grady truck.
And if I can inquire, was the defendant booked in the Fulton County Jail?
Yes, ma'am, on Rice Street.
Yes, okay. Mhm.
And do you currently have proof of insurance?
On my phone should be.
Do you have insurance?
I don't have the vehicle anymore.
Say it again.
I don't have the vehicle anymore. I got rid of it, I believe, 6 months ago?
Okay, and so you don't have any vehicle?
Right.
Okay.
I'm checking, Judge, and I don't find, let me check again, Judge.
Mr. Johnson, do you know how long you spent in jail?
About 2 days, because we got, I believe, arrested on that Saturday, and then I didn't get out until that Monday.
But Judge, when I look under the name, I'm not seeing anything in the Fulton County Jail booking screen for this for this, Mr. Moten Johnson.
Okay. Given the age of this case, Ms. McCutcheon, and that he does want to plead to the loitering and prowling, would the state be amenable to reducing the no proof of insurance to a basic rules violation and with a $500 fine?
Judge, I'd have to ask Ms. Riley to look at that. I don't have the authority to do that.
Yes, Your Honor, I will take a look.
Judge, I looked into the Shaquille Moten Johnson and I showed that he was in custody 4/11 and released the following day, so they gave him credit for 2 days. I have a booking number if that helps from Ms.
You know what, and thank you, Mr. Haddad. I see I was misspelling the first name. It's an S-H-A and I was spelling it S-H-E. And you're correct. The booking number is 210-4679 and it shows, according to the Fulton County Jail, 2 days in custody.
Okay.
And I apologize. What position is he again?
Position number 24.
Thank you.
And Ms. Riley, I'm also going to check the driving history to see what is contained in that, if anything.
Thank you.
And Mr. Riley, I pulled up the incident report. I don't know if you can see it on your end, but Judge, just to let the court be aware, this is one of the cases, one of many that the court has heard before that occurred at the Buffington Road, Fulton County location in regard to the law enforcement operation regarding the illegal drag racing and those cases associated with loitering and prowling and the drag racing incidents.
Okay.
And Your Honor, based on that, in that regard, we would not be able to make any changes to the charges due to the nature of the incident on that date, the April 11th date. So I would not be able to make any changes to it.
Okay, so Mr. Moten Johnson, that's the state's recommendation.
But I do have a follow-up to that. So what would be the reason for it not to be changed?
It's up to the state. Apparently, Ms. Riley, did you hear his question?
Yes, Your Honor. And Mr. Moten Johnson.
Yes, ma'am.
It's our understanding this incident occurred at a time and a place where it was part of a larger drag racing sting, or it involved many parties. And so based on that and the serious stance that our office has against drag racing, any charges associated with those offenses, we would not be altering.
I understand that, Mrs. Riley is her name. I understand that, Mrs. Riley, but as I was stating to the officer and going by the law, and I was not trying to flee from any law enforcement, and I was trying to actually identify myself by law, they never afforded me the opportunity. And even though this is arraignment, I've also expressed that as well. Why I'm there, going through 4 officers, telling them why I was there, and was still booked and arrested. And since then, I've participated in 2 911 services for Fulton County and a non-emergency service also in Fulton County.
Understood. And I believe I also saw in January of 2022, there was another no insurance citation that's showing.
Which day?
A citation for failure to maintain insurance violation from January 28th of 2022. This was in Dunwoody. And it was disposed of March 24th, 2022.
And how was it disposed of, Ms. Riley?
He pled nolo, Your Honor. So that would not be an option to assist in keeping the license.
So even though after getting arrested and updated and with proof that I did update it after the fact, it still wouldn't hold any weight.
Well, I think the issue with Mr. Moten Johnson is that, and I don't know if it's the case or not, but you were charged with no proof of insurance.
Correct.
And either you had insurance or you didn't have insurance. If you didn't have insurance, then that's, if
Right.
you got into a serious accident and it was your fault, that'd be a problem. They could take everything that you have for the rest of your life.
Right.
You understand? Also, the additional problem to that is that this is, given that this charge allegedly occurred in 2021, I think it's the state's position that even after that, you got another no insurance. So you use your NOLO on that one, which, helped with the license, but we already had one before that time, which is this one, which I can understand that they won't, even if it wasn't the circumstances of how you were pulled over, you still didn't have insurance, allegedly. And you know whether or not you did or not. So, but I want you to remain silent on that. But so that just makes it more difficult for the state and its offer.
Well, I understand that, but with that follow-up is that with the Dunwoody court, and I'll be happy to tell you that the reason I used that NOLO was because of the simple fact that the court, I did have insurance, and there was a definite misunderstanding behind the whole thing, which is why I also told the judge that I did have insurance. I've also presented that it was a time lapse of like an hour or so, but I did pay that before even proceeding with that. And the judge didn't understand that. And I did serve a 12-month probation because of that.
Okay, well.
Your Honor, may I ask a question just to help a little bit to help speed thing? Is the hang up in this case the charge itself with your job?
Correct. Because like I said,
let me ask you, were you charged? I don't have your file.
Right.
Were you charged with no proof of insurance or no insurance? Because those are 2 separate charges.
And if I could interject, he was charged with no proof of insurance.
See, that's really not going to affect you that much. I'll say it on the record. See, those are 2 different charges. No insurance is a jailable, a suspendable offense, and you can go to jail. No proof of insurance is like back in the day when everybody used to have to carry those cards.
Right.
Okay. And if you don't have the card on you, that's just no proof of insurance. And I'll just leave it at that for you.
Okay.
So if that helps. If that helps you in your decision.
Right. So I'm being charged with the second charge is no proof, for just to clarify.
That's correct.
No proof of insurance?
That's my understanding. Ms. Riley, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor, that is how I am seeing the charge. No proof of insurance.
And what would be basically the penalty of no proof of insurance?
A fine.
Just a $500 fine? Or,
Because, Your Honor, may I talk to him just for the specific limited purposes of this, just to help
Oh,
out?
yeah, I wanted him to talk with you beforehand. Okay, thank you, Ms. McCutcheon, Ms. Riley.
You're welcome. And Your Honor, I do believe I sent the plea paperwork on position number 11 or 9 for Ms. Carter.
Okay.
I didn't know.
Your Honor, Mr. Moulton Johnson, he's ready to continue.
Okay,
Can the state basically repeat the offer, please? If I plead guilty to both charges?
okay. Did you hear that, Ms. Riley?
Yes, Your Honor. It is for the loitering and prowling, it is 12 months probation, and to complete the Operation 21 course. I believe the expired tag is being no prossed or dismissed. And the no proof of insurance is 12 months probation with a $500 fine. And the state has no objection to probation terminating upon payment of the fine.
Okay. And no, you have no objection to it terminating upon completion of the course also?
Also correct.
So it would be termed 12 months to serve 2 days, credit for time served 2 days, balance probated. For the Lord and the Prowling, the Operation 21 program, which I understand is an 8-hour course, for the no proof of insurance, a $500 fine. Once you complete the course and pay the fine, the probation would terminate. So the sooner you get that done, the sooner you wouldn't be on probation.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
that sound agreeable to you?
Yes, sir.
All right, so what we'll do, Ms. Riley, once we finish with this next plea, if you could please prepare that paperwork and we'll go ahead and take that plea today. Were you able to pay the fine today?
I can pay some of it today, at least half of it.
No, you don't have to. I'm just wondering if you did, we could take care of that and you wouldn't have to worry, but if you can't, we'll just send it through probation. You pay it through probation as you do this, and then you'll be done once you get both of them done, okay? All right, so if you just have a seat for a moment, we will get that paperwork together and be back with you.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
And
Okay.
I apologize, Your Honor. Does Mr. Moulton Johnson have a smart device with him? I can, if he gives me his email address, I can do the DocuSign, or you just prefer me to send the regular paperwork to Ms. Redden? I don't know whichever is easier.
I'll get his email address, it's fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, I do have an announcement now for Trevon Billings, positions 5, 6, and 7. He's on the Zoom. Mr. Billings, can you turn your camera on so the court can make sure, confirm you're present? Yeah, he's present.
Yes, I'm
there on
here.
Zoom, Judge. And he has 3 cases, and we need to just further notice all 3 to the final plea calendar for October.
Okay. Mr. Billings, what was the problem getting on with us today?
Say it again, sir.
Why were you late getting on with us today?
I did not check my email to see that if I had a court date, 'cause it didn't notify me.
Okay, well,
Then I didn't get
I think
my
we got a
mail.
little confused on the dates, Judge, and I'll put that partially on me, because Mr. Billings and I have been discussing his cases, and I think we probably got a little confused with the actual date, whether it was today or later on this week or even on the 8th. So that
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was August 8th, not the
I just wanted to make sure, Mr. Gaither, that we do have all of his correct contact information and that was not the issue. Okay, so final plea calendar, October 4th at 1:30.
Okay, October 4th.
Okay, you'll get notification, Mr. Billings. Is he free to go?
He's free to go, Judge.
All right, you have a good day, Mr. Billings.
All right, you too. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Are we ready for Miss Taylor Carter's plea?
The state is ready, Your Honor.
Defense is always ready, Judge. I've always wanted to say that.
That's the state line, Mr. Haddad.
All right, Miss
Whether
Miss
Taylor-
Carter, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay, can you activate your camera for the court, please?
Yes.
Yes. Good morning again, ma'am. Can you raise your right
Good
hand?
morning.
Do you swear from the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, ma'am. Ms. Riley?
Yes, Your Honor. The state's offer on the count of loitering and prowling is 12 months probation to complete the Operation 21 program. And the state has no objection to probation terminating upon completion of the classes.
Ms. Haddad?
Judge, I would ask the court to follow the state's recommendation. Ms. Carter initially was sent to diversion, but she has monetary issues, which is why we're back to kind of square one, but she wishes to resolve the case, and I'll just ask the court to, and we stipulate as to the facts and venue, Judge, as well.
Okay. Ms. Carter, it's my understanding that in case 22 CR 006146F, you wish to plead guilty to loitering and prowling, is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I will accept the plea as negotiated. The sooner you get that class done, the sooner you won't be on probation, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, we'll get you the information, or we'll get it to Mr. Dodd to get to you regarding a probation, and we'll need for you to report within the next 2 weeks or so, okay?
Okay.
All right, anything further, Mr. Dodd, for Ms. Carter?
No, Judge, thank you.
All right, you have a good day, Ms. Carter.
You too.
Okay, let's see, aside from the plea, who else are we holding on? If anyone?
Well, my position 38, Judge, Miss Samantha Torsion, I'm unable to contact her at the moment, Judge. So that concludes all of my cases.
Okay, so you were not able to get in touch with Ms. Torsion today?
For whatever reason, no, Judge.
Okay, well,
I want to say, I may want to double check the clerk's information to see what contact information they have.
My Odyssey is not working.
It's not working?
They're checking.
Okay, sure.
and we never got in touch with Mr. Majeski?
Yes, Judge, he did, a conference letter.
Okay. So in position 16 and 17, apparently Mr. Majeski has a conflict. We will reset his case until the status calendar on October 4th.
And Judge, if I can inquire, Mr. Gaither, what was your announcement on position 31? Or have you made one yet for that one?
Oh, 31?
Mr. Rice, I believe.
Yeah, Mr. Rice was going to be continued to October the 4th.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, he was on Zoom.
Okay, thank you. I didn't hear it.
Okay. We will get you that information that we have on this torsion, position 38. If you're not able to raise her, a bench warrant will be granted in that case.
That's not right.
And so we have the plea that we need to take. And if everyone is amenable, is ready, we'll just go over the calendars when you're when you're ready, subject to, and then we'll take the plea when that's ready. Ms. Riley and Ms. McCutcheon, you both gonna be with me at 1:30?
Yes, Judge.
Good.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I apologize, you all can't see me. The camera's not working today. But we will go over first the show cause calendar, position number 1, reset status October 4th. Position number 2, reset show cause September 6th. Position number 3, reset show cause September 6th. Position number 4, reset show cause September 6th. This is now the status calendar. Position number 1, request jury trial. Position number 2, reset status October 4th. Position number 3, reset final plea September 6th. Position number 4, reset final plea September 6th. Position number 5, reset final plea October 4th. Position 6, reset final plea October 4th. Position 7, reset final plea October 4th. Position 8, request jury trial. Position 9, plea. Position 10, reset final plea September 6th. Position 11, reset final plea October 4th. Position 12, reset final plea September 6th. Position 13, reset final plea September 6th. Position 14, FTA bench warrant. Position 15, FTA bench warrant. Position 16, reset status October 4th. Position 17, reset status October 4th. Position 18, reset final plea October 4th. Position 19, reset final plea October 4th. Position 20, reset final plea September 6th. Position 21, reset final plea September 6th. Position 22, reset final plea September 6th. Position 23, request jury trial. Position 24, we will take a plea momentarily. Position 25, reset status October 4th. Position 26, reset status October 4th. Position 27, reset status October 4th. Position 28, plea. Position 29, plea. Position 30, reset status October 4th. Position 31, reset final plea October 4th. Position 32, request jury trial. Position 33, reset status October 4th. Position 34, reset final plea September 6th. Position 35, reset status October 4th. Position 36, plea. Position 37, reset final plea September 6th. Position 38, FTA bench warrant. Position 39, reset status October 4th. Position 40, reset status October 4th.
Okay, any questions or concerns?
Large calendar on October 4th.
Well, hopefully a lot of pleas.
Hopefully so, Judge. Hopefully so.
Hope springs eternal.
Yes, it does.
Okay, so as soon as we're ready, we'll take the plea and
Judge, may I be excused? I'll see you at 1:30. I'll be in court.
you don't want to stay with us through the entire calendar, Mr. Haddad?
No, I gotta scramble and get hold of my 2 clients for this afternoon, so.
And Judge, if I can just ask Mr. Haddad, since I don't have access to DocuServe, if there's anyone that you think is going to be a plea, if you would just call me, email me, and I can try to get my plea paperwork situation rectified by 1:30.
Sure, sure
Thank you.
will. Thank
And
you.
same for you, Mr. Gaither. And Ms. Rosenhover.
Certainly.
I won't be here at 1:30, but
Okay.
if I was, I would send it to you.
Well, thank you.
Have a good lunch, Mr. Haddad.
Thank you, Judge.
And anyone else that's not involved in this plea, you all are free to go to lunch, also, so.
Thank you, Judge. I'll see you at 1:30.
Okay.
Oh, Miss Helen, that's my same to Miss Helen. I forgot Miss Helen was there, Judge.
Email.
Your Honor, I apologize. I am having technical difficulties both with DocuSign as well as my Word documents. So it is taking me some time to try to get the paperwork, so.
I don't know what's going on. Mine, and for some reason, mine are saving in landscape mode. And I've checked all the settings. I've sent a request to IT to look at it. I don't know what the issue is.
Yeah, I think it has something to do with the updates that were done to our computers.
I think so. Mhm.
Mhm. So bear with me, y'all. Sorry.
Is your client on Zoom or in person? Mr. Ray?
He's in.
Judge Morrow stepped away for a second.
Okay, no problem. Is Judge Morrow back?
Yes.
Hi, Judge Morrow. So with Mr. Mooten Johnson, Mr. Gaither is partially correct. With no proof of insurance, if Mr. Mooten Johnson would have come to court today with his insurance card, we could reduce the fine to $25 and that would not impact his license. But since he has come to court today, still with no proof, if we take the plea this way, it will still suspend his license. There's another subsection of this code section. So I can't give legal advice.
Right.
But
so I think he told me earlier that he no longer has a vehicle. So he would not need insurance. Did you ever get?
I did. Again, after following being released, I updated everything that day because of COVID. I expected COVID and whatever played out and that happened. But again, immediately after being released and being released to my mother, everything was updated with the DMV and Progressive.
I'm sorry to interject, but I mean, if there is a way, possibly by a reset date, that he brings that proof with him for us to view, there should not be an issue because he is charged with just no proof of insurance, but we have to have that proof that he got it that day after or what have you. But right now we just have his word, and with there being a subsequent in 2022, that does not stand on much from.
Actually, Your Honor, if you look closely at the code section, and Judge, of course, the state doesn't want to give legal advice. And I always say to defendants, you have to consult with the Department of Public Safety. But if you look at the letter of the law in the code section, it says he has to provide proof that he had insurance at the time the citation was issued. And if you look at 40-6-10 subsection 7, that is what it says at the time the citation was issued. The issue becomes the reporting, how it is reported to Department of Public Safety, and a plea of no proof of insurance without having shown proof that he's eligible for the $25 fine and that he provided proof that he had it on the date of the citation, then the no proof of insurance in essence becomes also a no insurance. I mean, Mr. Gaither was partially right, as Ms. Raleigh said, no proof of insurance and having no effective insurance. If you don't provide proof to the court that you had it on that date, then it is tantamount to a no insurance charge.
To follow up on that, so again, I did have insurance because I know I paid insurance, and which is why when the citation was issued, I did offer that to the arresting officers, but they did not pay that in mind. So again, that's why release following that day at the hour of being released to my mother, I did follow up as a, hello, is this accurate? Everything's been updated since the 1st, and everything will show anything that's after my arrest date is updated.
So I guess the question is, can you provide proof that on April 11th of 2021 that you had insurance?
Yes, because of that email.
Okay, so if you want time to get that proof to bring back to show to the state and myself that, and you can do that in a number of ways. You can do that just by whatever insurance company that you had. You can ask them to provide a letter. You can show us a copy of the policy that you had. You can prove that in a number of ways. So
correct, which is why the follow-up, well, the second follow-up I do have is who's in charge of my case, because personally, Ms. Riley, and I got to ring the second time, then continuance, and now.
Okay.
All right.
So as I said to someone earlier, that today, Ms. Riley's here, Ms. McCutcheon's here. Normally we have someone in the courtroom with us.
Okay.
These cases have been sent to the Orca division, the older cases, so that we can handle them.
Right.
But unfortunately, today the solicitor's office, they have a number of people that are in training. So people that we might have had in court are not here with us today. It's just that type of a week. So this case is with me, and it will come back with me. I will put it on a day that I am here. Ms. Riley is generally with us also. on this hearing, so you'll see her. Ms. Reiser is normally here in court with me, so you'll see the same
People.
if that's your frustration.
A little bit, it's a lot of frustration because again, like even though this case is old and filing right after the arrest, I did put my services other than those other people that came through this courtroom and like to actually helping other people in this community as serving in an EMT role for both Grady and Avamar from their Fulton. So I would like appreciate it if like that was taken into account versus I'm just up here arguing.
No, I think they understand that, but the solicitor's office, they have to follow the statutes and the law. They
Right.
understand your personal situation. Everybody has a personal situation. And even now they're willing to, if you want to provide that information so that we can help you with your license, we're happy to look at it. But you understand what I'm saying?
I do.
So they're doing the best they can do within the constraints that with what's their job. Okay.
Your Honor, if I can just add, and I'll state in my place, Ms. Raleigh and I discussed this because we were concerned that the defendant might get notification from the Department of Public Safety that his license had been suspended. And that is why we looked closely at the statute and we wanted to make the court aware, not to give legal advice, but to make the court aware that subsection could be interpreted that way by the Department of Public Safety. We don't know.
Okay. So do you want me to reset it so you can see if you can get proof that you had insurance on that date?
To clarify, the 11th is what day is that you're referring to? Is that the arresting date or?
That's the date that you got pulled over.
I'll look for it.
Say it
Yes,
again?
please. Can we
Okay.
reset until then?
Yes. October 4th at 9 a.m. status. We're going to send you notification, but you can write it down also. Okay, all right, okay, so we're gonna put you on that final plea calendar. I'm sorry. Take this down again. September 6th, final plea calendar at 1:30. That's sooner, and that'll make sure that you're on a final plea calendar. Yeah. Can't we put just one more on that date? Okay, yeah, let's put him on there. I'll be handling it, so if it's a long calendar, it's nobody's fault but my own. Okay.
And Your Honor, I am making electronic note in our internal system so that if I am not there, because I actually am not here on the 6th, that
Okay,
they will know what is happening.
okay, thank you, Ms. Ryan.
You're welcome.
Okay, Mr. Milton Johnson, you'll also get notification and just get that paperwork together for us, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, anything further for today?
No follow-ups.
You have a good afternoon, sir.
Appreciate y'all.
Okay, I'll see everyone, except for Ms. Rosenhuber apparently, at 1:30. All right, y'all have a good lunch.
I'm sorry, maybe I missed it. Did we take care of Mr. Quarterman? We did.
Yes, we did.
We did that, please. Okay,
Yes, we
sorry.
did.
Thank you.
Okay.
That was my fault, Ms. Raleigh. I apologize.
No problem.
Thank you.